Hi, it's Mary with a passion for paper. I'm here today for day 27 of Raindrop Lila's Inspiration January 2026. So, we are going to be talking about using craft paper in our journals. And I am very excited that I was invited to participate in this wonderful collaboration. And a big thank you to Lydia of Raindrop Lila for all of her hard work in organizing this collab. So today I'm going to start by talking about how I gather my supplies. So first off, let's look at our craft paper. Now, if you get any packages in the mail from Amazon or other places, sometimes books, they just have this large thing of rolled up, crumpled a bit brown paper in with the boxes in the pack as packing material. So I pull it out. You can see it's been pretty wrinkled, and I like to just fold it into shapes that I think might work in my journal. So I end up with a nice stack of different shapes of all of this craft paper. And then I pull from this when I'm getting ready to use it in my journals. And it just is a nice, handy way to organize it. If you leave it on those really long pieces, that it could be kind of unwieldy on your desk. So here's the journal that I have been using for this challenge. And as you can see, the beautiful kits here that I'm using are from Raindrop Lila's Etsy shop, and I will link them below. These beautiful blue papers, which are just so gorgeous. And I made a pocket here on the front inside cover with some lace and one of the blue background pages and craft paper. So here's just a torn strip of craft paper that I glued on top of this pocket. And so it's actually a double pocket here and here. And then I did surround this image from one of the kits with craft paper and a card from the kit. So you can put these in either of these two pockets. So already I have two craft papers right there. So you can see it's just a nice background for this vintage lace, and it just pokes out nicely there. It's a great color for this vintage style journal. And you can see these pages are really just so pretty. I really have been enjoying working with these. And a little card from the kit with some twine. And as you recall, that was one of our prompts. There's so many wonderful prompts to work with. And I love that I found this vintage book page that has the word blue in it, since we're featuring so many lovely blue images. And then here's another just piece from that I tore out of the kit and surrounded it with some of the brown craft paper. And I'm just going to be adding some more items in here. This blue, and then here's actually just craft paper, wrinkled, it's good texture, has a lovely sound, makes a wonderful page in the journal. And so here's some of the different papers I've been using. I have some fabric, sewing paper, music page, and this might be a good spot for another one of these. I just had so much fun putting these together, and basically I'm just going to be clipping a few of these in to the journal to give you some ideas of how you might like to use some of these. I think this looks really pretty here. Maybe even let it hang down, rotate it a bit. I think this looks really nice. I like having a lot of different kind of edges and things that are a bit uneven or sticking out. I just think that looks so nice. Just not 100% if I want that. Look at these lovely blue words on this piano roll paper. They fit in here so well. This is really fun. I kind of like having a little something up here. Maybe we'll put that up at the top. So the brown craft paper, one of the other things that is so wonderful about it is that it seems like it's always coming to the house. So it seems like a resource that I'm never going to run out of. As long as I, keep placing orders, I'm going to have more. So that's a pretty nice feature. I know sometimes I do receive the packing paper that's more of a gray color and it's lighter weight, and I'm not a big fan of that, but this brown thicker craft paper is really nice, and I'm sure you could buy it in sheets or even just large rolls as well. I'm just going to put this in here. I have a lot of these wonderful vintage French book pages that just go so well with the pages in Raindrop Lila's kits. So lovely. This is from 1934. Beautiful page from the kit. And you can see just how wonderful these are. I think that would look really nice there. So using the craft paper, I was actually just talking about this on the weekend with my mother, and she was telling me it was such a good idea that one could iron this and, iron it out flat and then just roll it right up onto like an old paper towel roll. And that would make it really a nice, convenient way to store it. And I really liked that idea as well. So I'm looking for a place to put this adorable little booklet. This booklet I made with the craft paper as the cover with some lace and a page from the kit. Just has a little stitching here and a couple of pages just to get that little extra journaling spot, a little vintage music page there. I just think that would be such a fun little addition to this journal. So I'm just looking for a spot to put that. And I might want to put it near the second half. This is a heart-shaped doily, coffee dyed. I made that beautiful ruffle. Love the texture on that. And just a lot of different types of papers. This is a really nice crinkly one. And some more French vintage book page. So this might be a good spot to tuck in another little. I have several pieces of ephemera that I used the craft paper just to surround it and fold it in. This is not a pocket here. Oh, here's the flip out. And we have a flower. And I love these little Tim Holtz clips. And this beautiful washi tape from Amity Bloom. This is supposed to be in here. Oh, let's see what these cards are. I love these little beautiful French vintage vocabulary cards. Le Trésor. So lovely. I have these for sale in my Etsy shop. If you'd like to take a look at those, I will try to remember to link those below. This is a beautiful page that my mother hand painted this flower onto this book page, and then I printed it out on this lovely coffee dyed paper. You can see it's double-sided. We have French language on both sides, and that is just such a lovely addition to every journal. Some original vintage book page. I love this page. Look at how adorable that is. I saw one of the creators, Lace Girl, Dodie from A Lace Girl, beautiful fairy with that little boy. That was such a fun video to watch. Check out her YouTube channel. She was near the beginning of the prompts, but that was a really fun video to watch. And so we have some fabric, some more fabric. I have 2 of these in here. This is coffee dyed fabric, and then I do a double dye process where I put a stencil on top and then spray darker coffee, and it gets that lovely color. And here's my quote: "There is no charm equal to tenderness of heart," from Jane Austen. Love that. We have some more beautiful tags here. You can see the beautiful tags in the kit. Those are available from Raindrop Lila. And I love this library here. And for my middle spread, I'm going to have this gorgeous image. And as you can see, I have not yet bound this journal. Usually the binding is done at the end, just because sometimes I like to move papers around or make little adjustments. I think that's not quite going to fit in there, but maybe I'll put something else. Here's some more of that Kraft paper that I used, and I think that's lovely to put that in there. We have some French invoices, and beautiful. I love this. That's just gorgeous. So it really makes a nice mixture of, here's a authentic vintage postcard. I love the way the back looks. And then this one has this adorable little baby image, 1908. This is 1907, so it looks like a Happy New Year type of a card. So that's in here. And that was one of the prompts as well, postcard. Some lined paper. This is one of the beautiful tags from the kit. I see a little something on the edge there. I'm going to take that out and work with that a bit more. So you can see I am not quite to the finishing stage yet. That's why it is so fun to just keep adding these things as we go. Let's see, like, what would happen if we put one of these in here, kind of like this. I can feel that it needs more at the top. So I might like that. This is a really cute little tag. I love this design. Isn't that pretty? Just gorgeous. Such a beautiful kit, both of them are. And they complement each other so well. Look at that. I love this. It looks great with the music notes. And there's some beautiful images here. Kind of like it with this, but I'm still debating. What I think I'll do, oh, let's see what this is. We have a scrappy notepad, the little French book page up at the top. And this is an image from the kit, some papers from the kit, and then a bunch of lovely coffee and tea dyed papers along with the vintage music sheet. I love making these scrappy notepads. I do have a few of those in my Etsy shop as well. There's the word blue again, so fun. And we have a lace page, beautiful sheets from the kit, and back. You know, I may just keep this as a little extra on the side. This might look good as a back pocket right here. Yeah, I do really like that. And we could tuck in a nice tall tag there. You just see what would be the best. Yeah, I think this one's too narrow. And that one's not quite it. I think this is the best one. So let's go ahead and put this in. Now for this, I'm going to use my art glitter glue. And again, this is that lovely Kraft paper. Just gives it a nice feel. It's a little crinkly. Just gonna get right down in there, make sure that I'm not too close to center. And we'll let that dry a bit. And then we can tuck something right in there. So I hope you enjoyed taking a look at some of the ways that I used the craft paper in my journal that I have created specifically for this wonderful collaboration of Inspiration January 2026, hosted by Raindrop Lila. Thank you so much for watching, and I really hope that you'll be viewing all of the other creators doing each one of these wonderful prompts, and a few of us, there are more than one, so take a look at all the others as well. All right, thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.